Perfect. We got it work.
Yay, we're here. I'm so sorry. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So, how are you today? We're having some technical issues. We should be solving them quick. What's going on? So, yeah, we're lagging. Okay, let's try one more time. Here we go. Oh. There you go.
Here I am again.
It's working. Perfect. So,
Yay.
how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for being here. Also, thanks so much for accepting. And also, before we start, I want to thank those who are watching this right now. And also, if you're watching this later on YouTube or on Spotify, make sure that you follow Antonietta in all the social media. Also, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. If you're having a good day, keep having it. And if you're also being watched all my episodes through here or Spotify or YouTube, thank you so much. It really helps me a lot. And now, starting with the whole interview now, I have to give you a proper epic welcome. So let me show you that. There you go. Yeah.
So glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It's exciting.
Right? So starting with now with the whole interview, tell me how your acting and modeling career started.
So I actually started off modeling, and it was a while back. And I think it was always a passion of mine. I always wanted to do it. And I can't say I've always wanted to like leave Boston and go to New York to do it, but I definitely wanted to have my hands in it in some way, shape or form. You know, it's always something that I've wanted to do. And there's definitely models that I've idolized in the past and even right now. And I just love representing brands. I think that's like one of my biggest passions. I've definitely done some runway, which is really fun, but it doesn't really last long, unfortunately. I think what lasts a long time is, the commercial work, the representing of brands. Now we're all being big into influencing and brand ambassadorship. And I think that's kind of the way modeling is going right now.
Totally.
And I think acting, honestly, I've pretty much learned to act through modeling, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You have to be able to act while you're modeling. You have to be able to pose in a certain way and portray yourself in a way that you may not always portray yourself. So, but yeah, I mean, acting is definitely a passion. I don't know if I can really say I am this true actor. I really love working on films. I was able to work on a couple of them. I definitely love commercial acting. I love being a part of a movie set. So it's, definitely something that I continue and plan to pursue moving forward. Yeah.
That's amazing. And starting with your modeling career, tell me, what are some of the challenges that you have when you were recently started?
So when I started modeling, it was very different than it is now. I mean, social media wasn't as big.
Yeah.
I think one of the challenges for me was to not be critical of myself.
Okay.
I think agents that I have come across were brutally honest with me in so many ways. I mean, I remember going into agencies and they're like, oh, we already have so many that look like you, we can't take you on, or, oh, this isn't good enough, or you're going to be competing with this, and maybe if you change this, it would be better. I think at one point I was lifting a lot and they're like, oop, you're getting a little too bulky. I even remember an agent pulling out a measuring tape just to see if I was telling the truth about how tall I was.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was, it definitely can affect your self-esteem. And I think still to this day, I can get insecure when I don't get that job. But I think in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I just wasn't the right fit. I wasn't what they were looking for. But I think to some degree it does still affect me.
Okay, interesting. And like from all of the places that you have been for a photo shoot, tell me, like, what are some of your favorite ones?
So I was really excited when I got to go to New York to shoot with the photographer in New York. I thought that was really exciting, but it was also really scary. I think Boston is very little. It's circular. You know what to expect. And I think in New York, there's so much unknown and it's so big that it was a little scary, but it was super exciting to be there and be photographed there in New York, in the streets of New York. So I would say that was definitely one of my highlights modeling. So I would definitely, of course, say New York.
Perfect. And like from all of the photo shoots that you have at the moment, tell me, like, what are some of your favorite ones?
You mean from my modeling jobs? Like I said, I really love working with brands, and I'm really into a lot of startup companies. Like I've just started working with, just did a photo shoot just recently with a hair brand and a sunglass company. And they're startups, and I think it's great. I love supporting small businesses. My brother owns a small business. And I would say, and I also do some work with Express, and I love it. It's really exciting when, you know, I open up my email sometimes and I see my picture there, you know, advertising something. I would definitely say, I think out of all of them, I really love the sunglass company, and I really love Express. I love their clothes. I love their style, and I have so much clothes from Express now that I really don't know where I'm going to put it all. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll give some to my friends or something. I don't know.
That's so cool. And tell me, like, how you usually get ready before a photo shoot? Do you have like a specific thing you always do? Tell me, like, how you usually get ready?
Well, I think I definitely always go get my hair done and colored and highlighted. Get a manicure for sure. Get my eyebrows done. I also try, I mean, believe it or not, I try not to eat a lot, and I don't eat on shoots. So if I'm shooting that day, I probably won't eat until after the shoot. So I just want to make sure, like, I fit in the clothes the way I'm supposed to, and even try to get into character if it's for a commercial shoot as well. So I would say those are the main things I do. I think I would say one of the most important things is definitely getting my hair done. My hair doesn't look good. Oh, and then makeup, of course, makeup. I used to get my makeup done a lot, but because of COVID, I was kind of sort of forced to do my own makeup, and I am a makeup artist as well. So it wasn't too difficult, but I have to admit, I always like when someone else does it, because I always feel like someone else does a better job.
Amazing. And what do you usually do after a photo shoot?
To be honest, I go get something to eat. And I go home and unpack my wardrobe, and I just like chill out. And honestly, I think I just get excited about seeing the shots. And you know, so when the photographer has them ready in a couple of days, or, you know, I see the shot in an ad, it's almost as if I'm like redoing the shoot, like I'm modeling again. So I think that's super cool.
That is super cool. Yeah. And what advice could you give to those who are recently started modeling?
So I think my big advice is, don't take it personally when you don't get that job you really, really want. I would say that's, you know, my number one piece of advice. And I still try to give that to myself when there are a couple of brands that I have auditioned for. I've gotten requested to audition and callbacks, and I haven't gotten it yet. And, you know, the one thing I keep telling myself is, okay, it's just not your time yet with them. but I am pretty persistent. So I will keep auditioning and I will keep sending in self-tapes and in hopes that I'll get that job. So, and never give up. I think never give up on it. I think that's really important because I think rejection after rejection after rejection can really get to you. Yeah. But if your goal is, I am not going to give up on this, I think, you know, you will succeed and you will get work.
Absolutely. Now, moving on with your acting career a little bit, tell me, so you were in After the Fall. Tell me about that project, but also about your character.
So it was actually really fun. It kind of reminded me of like Star Wars or one of my biggest wants and desires is to like one day be part of a superhero movie. I don't even care if I'm like just the background in it or, you know, get to be on the set. That is something that I've like just always wanted to do. Yeah. Me and my family are really big into superheroes. And I think a lot of my friends would attest that, you know, every year I dress up as a superhero for Halloween. Cool. So that's kind of what that role like made me think of. And it was a lot of it was really like ad lib. Like we did, you know, have a few rehearsals, but a lot of it was, it came more natural to me because it's something that I like and always kind of wanted to do. So it's fun.
That's really cool. And tell me, like, what's the process what's the process or the thing that you usually do in order to prepare a character?
So embarrassingly enough, I definitely rehearse like in front of a mirror. Like I kind of want to look at, you know, what I look like when I'm saying certain words. Like, am I making a weird face? Am I just not portraying the character that I want? I definitely have to feel the character. I have to convince myself that the other person that I'm acting with is seeing me as this person. Okay. And when I was in Project Chameleon, it was actually really fun because I had to do this like Russian accent. And I just thought about movies where I saw that and I just tried to be just like that. Yeah. So it was super fun and it was really fun doing an accent too.
That's really amazing. And like, what are some of the things that you like the most about acting?
I think one of the things I like the most about acting is I get to be a different person for a little while. Yeah. And, but what's interesting about it is in order to be that person, I have to find me in them. And, you know, sometimes that's more difficult. I'm definitely have kind of turned down some roles where I'm like, you know, I don't think I can be this person. So I feel like I really have to believe that I can be that person and then I can do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow. That is also super cool. Now, besides doing films, you also do commercials. So tell me how you usually get ready before shooting. Yeah, like before shooting one of them.
So commercials are definitely a lot easier. You know, I definitely do the same kind of routine I would do if I was, you know, doing a photo shoot. Yeah. A lot of it is, again, like rehearsing in front of the mirror, making sure I have the right facial expressions. But I really like to be super natural in commercials where sometimes if I over rehearse, then I'm overdoing it, right? So I kind of rehearse a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow and be in the moment and really just, you know, if I'm doing a commercial, I think I did a commercial for a bank and, you know, it was like, oh, you just bought your new house. I would think in my mind, okay, what would I feel? What would I look like? How would I act if I just bought my new house? And I tried to do that. I tried to imagine having and getting that product and what my feelings would be about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Yeah, totally. I mean, it's a whole process, right? I mean, maybe for some people would be that you go shoot the scene and that's it, but in order, I would agree with that. That in order kind of to make it more real, kind of more relatable, because I think
Yeah,
that right now, what the audience wants is to see something real, not just something they can relate to somehow.
absolutely. And if you're, and they will catch that in an audition if you're not authentic. Like if you're just playing up too much, like if you're too excited about a product, they're like, that's not
Totally.
believable. Like no one's going to be that excited for
Yeah.
toothpaste.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And
yeah, no. And so that's why I think it's really important to just kind of, again, think about what you are. Because when you're in a commercial, you're selling something. It's definitely a lot like influencing, like being a brand ambassador. It's about you're there to help sell this product. And so that's why a lot of, the photo shoots, the influencing, the acting, they're all intertwined, which is why I love doing them all.
Absolutely. And tell me, like, what motivates you? I mean, what makes you to be in this position to continue pursuing what you love the most? Because I think it happens a lot, right? For everybody, that whenever they are having like their own business or project, and when they're starting, or at some point they question themselves if they should continuing doing it or not. They would constantly kind of comparing, like why this person is better than me while I'm. So how you manage to get out of this whole toxic environment and just focusing on what you love the most?
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely will confess that those thoughts have all run through my mind. Sometimes I get on Instagram and it depresses me. I'm like, oh, how did you get that job? Or, oh my gosh, I went for that job and they went with her, or they went with him. And I think I like to create. I love aesthetics. And I think what keeps me motivated and going is just seeing the fruition of the creation, if that makes sense. Like I feel like acting and modeling is all like about art. Yeah. And art excites me. It's visually stimulating. And I just really like creating things. I feel proud, I feel like, wow, I helped make this commercial great. Or, oh, I got to see myself in that movie, even though maybe it was a background. Or it is always really exciting. And another thing is it always leads to another opportunity, if that, and I think, and I feel like Instagram has definitely helped so much in that. I mean, I love my agents. They're great, but I've also gotten a lot of opportunities from Instagram, just from like messages. Of course, I always check to make sure they're legit. But yeah, it's like a whole new world. Like you get to actually talk to brands that would normally just talk to your agent. I think that's like a big difference.
Yeah. Now, if you could describe your career at the moment on a movie, TV show, or even a book, what would be the title of it?
I think it would be, let me see. You know what? It's like almost like Rocky. Like I feel like I've definitely gotten knocked down, but the one thing I admired about the movie Rocky is that he kept getting back up, and I'm gonna just keep doing it, even though there might be some people that are like, okay, time to hang in the towel. Oh, you're getting older. Oh, you've got 2 kids. You can't really keep this up much longer. I would definitely say Rocky, because I just feel like I'm going to keep getting back up. And I'm like, I think I might want to model till I'm 80, which I think would be,
there you go,
would be awesome, because I guess if you look at modeling now, there are some 60, 70, 80-year-old models, which I think are pretty cool.
Absolutely. And my last question here, what can we expect from you in the future?
Well, I think you'll expect to hopefully see me in more ads. You will definitely see me. I'm gonna, keep posting on Instagram. I'm gonna keep doing my self-tapes, and it would be really cool to get a featured role in a movie, not just an indie film, but like a movie. Even if it's like 2 lines, right? It would be really exciting. So I'm going to continue, and I'm going to keep going until someone tells me maybe it is over, from the industry, but I'm going to keep going.
There you go. And definitely, you know what? Keep doing it, because it is really cool. I mean, the fact that you are doing what makes you happy, and the thing that you love the most, I mean, it is really cool, and you should definitely continue doing what you love. I mean, regardless from what some people might say, that maybe that because of age or whatever, you're talented, and you should always be, you should always remember that, because you're in this group of people that they're actually pursuing what they love, and that takes courage, and it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me here. This was really exciting, and it was really fun to talk about something that I have a lot of passion about. So thanks for the opportunity.
And again, thank you so much for being here. I mean, it is super amazing to have someone as talented and amazing as you. Also, I want to thank those who are watching this right now, or watching this later on YouTube or on Spotify. I mean, make sure that you're following Antonietta and all of the social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause, then leave a like, subscribe, follow super quick, then hydrate, and then go follow this amazing talented model and actress. Leave 1 million likes. I mean, let's spread the word here. I mean, let everybody know. We have this amazing talented actress right here. And again, Antonietta, thank you so much. Keep having an amazing rest of the evening, an amazing rest of the week. And before I send you off, I need to send you off properly in a very epic, proper way. So.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thanks again for having me.
Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next one, okay?
Bye.
Bye.